I have been writing ever since I was a teenager. I wrote um I wrote a book that came into my head when I was 15. I was a freshman in high school and going through a lot of hard times, and one day in special ed math, I had a little notebook by me, and one day I just began writing. The words spilled out into my brain onto that big piece of paper. Um, it was called Talia's Story that I came up with on my own. It was about this magical snowman that came to life and was able to bring joy back to this girl's family. But then the title got changed to Once Upon a Christmas, and I want to say that book was never published. I was writing it just for fun, but over the years, the story evolved. It was written in a lot of different ways. The first story was about the snowman that this little girl built, and apparently the snowman was magical, and the snowman brought joy back to her family. And then the second one was this Native American girl who was adopted into a family, and she goes on a journey to learn more about her lineage and where she came from, and she built a snowman with her adoptive grandmother. I'm not sure that's how you say that, but something I wrote in that was, I think the snowman had there were like books or notebooks about her life and where she came from, and I thought it was really cool. And the story just kept evolving over time. I don't know how the right word for it, but it kept changing over time, I guess is the right word for it. So the third story was that the same little girl in the first story, Once Upon a Christmas, went on a walk and she discovered this Native American tribe, and she becomes friends with this Native American girl. And I don't think I ever wrote that part. It just came to me one day, but it was really cool. And then in that third story, apparently the two girls are both on a journey, I guess, of bringing love and joy back to their family, or traditions back, I guess, because tragedy struck both of their families. So it's like they were on a mission, these two little girls. And then that story kind of got put on the back burner, and then I was still in high school. I was writing a lot in high school and during the pandemic, so that story was put on the back burner, and I wrote this other story, this one more intense, more heavy. It did have some talk of domestic violence and abuse, which are one of the themes in this book that I'm working on now. And basically just talking about this family's healing journey from their very violent, abusive father. And I'm hesitant to write about these types of things, these kinds of topics, because abuse is awful, and I don't wish domestic violence or abuse on anyone, but there are topics that I'm very passionate about, and I feel like if you do it carefully instead of glorifying it, then it'll be okay. But I try to be very careful when I'm writing about such heavy topics, such as abuse and domestic violence. But yeah, that story talked a lot about just this family's journey of trying to survive in their own broken world. And they're from Oklahoma, and the mom, the brother, and the sister moved to California to basically escape from their violent father's grasp. And the brother is very protective of his little sister, and yeah, very great story. I think I did a great job with it. It was a really cool story, and but then that story got put on the back burner. And wait, before I forget, the brother ends up having to go to therapy because apparently, I guess he like mirrored his abusive father's violent behavior onto his girlfriend. So he went to therapy for that, and apparently his girlfriend was going through the same things as he was. She was adopted, and she was also being abused by her father that adopted her. And yeah, I worked a lot on that story, and that story was then put on the back burner, but they're never forgotten. I've never forgotten about them. They're in my notebooks in my chest that teenager me wrote. And then I wrote another story about this girl, just like, she has autism, and it was basically kind of an educational book, but it's like I titled it Through the Eyes of an Autistic Child, or something like that. A girl's journey with autism, and her family's past, and you know how she's so loving. People are just in love with her. She's just this amazing, kind girl who lights up the room. And I'm just talking about her journey and her parents' journey, and she's an only child, and her father has this very annoying, dumb boss that is just so awful, not fair. He pays unfairly and is just a jerk. I feel like every story should have a jerk or somebody who's awful, as long as it's written with care. So I've written a lot, and this is actually the first book I've been committing to. I've been working on. I think I might do character focused stories instead of just series with all the characters and just do character focused stories first. I feel like that makes more sense to know each character first before we dive into the whole alliance team and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing character focused story series, and then I'm gonna be going into the team books, kind of like Avenger style, if you know what I mean. But I'm still on the rough draft. I'm nearly done with character 4. There's 39 characters total, and this rough draft is just me writing all the characters and their backstories. And yeah, I mean, it's fun. I enjoy writing. I love to write. I've been writing for a long time, and I've written all these stories when I was younger. And let's see where this journey takes me. I'm looking forward to see where it takes me. I'm scared but excited at the same time, and we'll just see where it goes. And I hope that this journey is worthwhile and that it's a message to my teenager self that you don't have to rush. You know, you're not on any time limit. It's your own creative process. You can do what you want. So yeah, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you soon. Take care.